Now this one I've been wanting to do for a while. You see, I finally got a console recorder so I can actually play this monstrosity for a video. So all I gotta do is set it up in my PS2. I don't have my PS2 at the moment. Oh wait, I can set it on my PS3. That's right, I play PS2 games, right? Oh. It's kind of crappy. I thought the earlier versions could play PS2 games. What, instead of just fixing the overheating problem, did they just expunge the whole idea instead? Well, at least I have my PS4. Well, I mean, I can always emulate it, I guess.
Looks like it's back to the drawing board for me.
Let me see now. Of course! Shrek 2! I can emulate this one, you see.
Living in the city.
Stop! In the name of Shrek, I am here to defeat...
It's like a roller coaster.
This was the first video game I ever owned. Think about that for a minute, huh? You might have thought it would be like a Sonic game, or you probably thought it would be a Sonic game. However, even though I own the game here, as you can clearly see, hey, where the fuck is the disc? Emulation it is, I guess! However, now the shadows are fucked.
It's fine, just do it.
Oh no. Sweet, sweet emulation. That looks good.
Wow.
There's not much support for this game, more than Shark Tale. But who the hell's gonna take their spare time and use it to fix Shrek 2 on an emulator? Why me, of course? Why are we upside down? Didn't do a very good job, did I? I'm not gonna bore you with the plot of Shrek 2, you know how it is. However, this game does deviate its story slightly. Who the fuck is this bitch? Activision. Just be thankful this didn't come out nowadays. We'd be paying more cash just to buy a loot box for the chance of unlocking Donkey. Has it ever disturbed anyone else that the 2 in the title has stolen the ears off the S? So here's the main menu. It's a book, just like the start of every Shrek movie, and I think that's a really fantastic idea. Normally with these movie tie-in games, I don't bother creating anything worthwhile, but I'll be darned if I didn't say that this impresses me somewhat. The first level is the swamp. It looks like Shrek and the gang—
And I need help collecting eyeballs.
That is not the real Shrek's voice! He does a pretty good impersonation though, I'm just saying. Yeah, Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy weren't exactly willing to just waltz into the recording studio for this one, I'm afraid. You'll notice a lot of the voice cast has been replaced, with the only returning voices being the 3 blind mice, the big bad wolf, the 3 little pigs, and the magic mirror— Wait, what the fuck? The voice of the magic mirror came back to play Donkey? What is this? It's the same guy who did Mushu in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm starting to notice a connection here. Anyway, so Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, and the gingerbread man, alright, collect enough snail eyeballs so Shrek has something to snack on while on the journey to far, far away, and thus they start off on their journey to do a big loop and end up back at the swamp. What was the point of all that? Might as well talk about the special skills. Shrek can pick up and throw things, Donkey can use his Gingy has cookies that attract enemies, and Fiona can slow down time. What?
Aim the cookie before throwing it by holding the special button.
Did they just splice that audio? What is this, a YouTube poop?
Ogres eat ogres, not ogres eat
So they get back to the start of the level. I still don't get it. And Little Red Riding Hood is there to get them to help her make some chicken soup by hurling alive chickens into a boiling pot. I'm noticing a fair bit of animal abuse here. So they take the chickens they definitely didn't boil alive back there to Little Red's grandma's trailer. I just love how thick the magic mirror is so they could get his face to fit in it. Here's where we're introduced to a new segment called Hero Time. You'll have noticed by now this game is co-op, so you'll be helping each other out.
Wow. What? Fuck!
For the most part. But Hero Time is where a single character has a sort of special challenge to complete, usually at the end of the level. For this one, Fiona? No, it doesn't even say Fiona, it says Fiano. What the heck? Fiano has to use her singing prowess to explode as many blackbirds as she can. Not sure how you'll get the necessary meat for a pie like that, but by inputting the correct button presses at the right time. How magical is this? Am I right? What is this, bonus? Why? Shrek and the gang, with Little Red replacing Gingy, she ate him, get stopped by the Wicked Witch of the Spooky Forest, who turns their horses back into the 3 blind mice. Can I pick up one of the mice? Is that a thing I can do? And I mean, I was at least having a good time with this. Not sure about my girlfriend Holly.
This is awful.
The main point of the level is to keep the blind mice alive by making sure they don't get hit by any of the mousetraps or get hurt by enemies. Then believe me, for an 8-year-old, this creates more anxiety than thinking you've lost your Tamagotchi. I slammed mine in a car door, but you get my point. The Poison Apple Tavern even makes an appearance.
Your kind ain't welcome round.
And what are you gonna do about it, Tin Man?
Fuck Jesus! So they make it to the witch's house, which is also the one from Hansel and Gretel, fun tidbit there, and they find the onion carriage sitting outside. And of course, Fiona just jumps in, like, that's not suspicious at all.
How did that get up here? Dragon and I flew it here.
That is either a very small dragon or a very big cookie. The witch blasts Fiona away, and that leads into, Donkey's hero time. You control Dragon as she weaves around trees and bridges so you can catch up to Fiona. Now this was one of those levels that at the time was extremely difficult, like almost impossible for a young tiddlywink brains to decipher. But as you get older and older, you know, you learn things and your games become less fun and easier. I have perfected this hero time. But beating it on the first turn would be no fun, so I let Holly do it instead.
I don't want to be Donkey.
Too bad, you're doing hero
There's
time.
a reason why you did this. I don't want to do it.
You have to do it.
Fuck, this is hard. Fuck, I'm missing the coins. This is ridiculous.
You can turn left, up, right.
No!
You're almost there. You're almost there.
No!
So the next level is far, far away.
Deputy Shrek, at your service. Where you see this symbol.
You're a wizard, Harold! Far, far away is a level where you can pick 4 mini games you want to complete in order to finish it. For Holly and I, it meant following a troll for 5 minutes, chucking chickens in a coop, and throwing thugs into a carriage. Look, it's me in the top left. And killing rats.
I'm dead, really?
You're Shrek now. You're Shrek.
Are we Donkey? No, we're all dead?
Help! 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 Why me? Oh, fuck, I gotta kill this guy by myself.
Why did you do it?
Thanks a lot.
We died. I don't get it.
Fuck, how am I supposed to win this guy? This is like Dark Souls all of a sudden.
I thought you just hit him.
Oh. He had a whole health bar.
What happened?
I just hit him once. You can get to these mini games by finding them in the overworld, which weirdly enough has some sort of GTA Star Meter thing, but it goes away after like 5 seconds, so who gives a shit? Fuck off.
Congratulations.
Why is there an apple in the middle of the screen?
Fiona, why don't you show the others back to the castle?
Curses! Plan B then!
Wait a minute! I guess it's time for another episode of Game Theme! Now we have a boss battle with Puss in Boots. Or it's just a rhythm mini-game. If you ever wanted to slap the shit out of a cat, here's your chance. So Shrek's about to swallow this cat whole, but he says he knows a fairy who can help him about his problem, that is, being ugly. Gee, Shrek's always looking real depressed in this game.
The only appointments today are Miss Hood and a package from Jack and Jill's farm.
Fucking hell, Red, just say we're with you! Also, is that the same night guy we saw back in the Spooky Forest? So here we have another 2 original levels, like the previously mentioned Spooky Forest. Walking the Path and Jack and Jill's Farm. Here we trade in Little Red, may the gods curse her name, in for Puss in Boots, who can walk on ropes to get to new areas. If I let that happen, of course.
Ropes like use
Fuck off! Fuck off!
There are plenty of dangers in this level, from magic pumpkins to rotating spikes to giant saw blades.
Can I kill myself on this?
Yep.
Oh, you really meant it?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I wasn't lying.
Oh.
There are, of course, some sections where you need to work together. Something in there. The game's got to work properly for that, though. Also, did I mention working together before? Because that's not a thing that actually happens in this game. Alright.
Oh, I almost...
Fucking hell! You can help the 3 billy goats gruff across the 2 bridges. The third is about to be sawed in half by a troll. And as a reward for helping them, you get access to their properties, which rewards you with a bunch of coins. Or you could use Gingy's broken-ass hitbox and just jump the fence. You know what? We've spent a lot of time making fun of the game and all of its fun, silly things that it does, but I haven't actually given anyone my genuine thoughts on the game yet, so, I guess I should. I kinda like it. Maybe too much. There is something about this game which I just feel had way more effort put into it than the regular old movie tie-in game. I'm not saying this is great stuff or anything, but sheesh, playing The Incredibles and Finding Nemo for PS2 really made me appreciate just how not bad this game is. This game has legitimately made me laugh on several occasions, whether that be intended or not, but either way, the effort here is real. Levels like Walk in the Path, for instance, have multiple music tracks, one for the start where everything is all dandy, another for when the shit starts ramping up, and another for when you're crossing the bridges. The voice acting ain't that bad. I mean, Gingy's fucking hilarious. I mean, and the fact that you can play this with 3 friends is really something to behold. I mean, at least I think so. The level ends with a boss fight against the troll who you just need to throw back the bombs it hurls at you to defeat it, and then a hero time with Puss in Boots happens, which is a platforming segment in 2.5D. Wait, what? I always liked Jack and Jill's Farm as a level. I remember the minigames where you try to dodge the giant tomatoes with Gingy and you collect the eggs from the chickens. Oh, and the one where you beat the cow to get it to move. What is with this game and animal abuse? Gingy, no, not the bees! This level kind of takes the same approach as the Far, Far Away one, with the whole pick your own minigame thing. Although in this one you gotta complete every single one. As I said before, that includes the hero time with Gingy. Fuck, go!
No!
Catching chicken eggs in baskets.
What? This is awful!
Protecting Jack's beanstalk from rabid rats, which I really don't feel grows big enough to reach as high as it did in the story. That always annoyed me. And collecting the chickens by hitting them.
I think it's dead.
What is it with this game and animal abuse? Gingy stays behind so he can
Get some flowers.
So once we get back to the fairy godmother's house, you can guess who's waiting there for us. That's right, it's a little bitch! This is also the level where the emulator finally decided it didn't want to play Shrek 2 anymore.
Ah, shit, and things going all crazy.
The first bit of the level's pretty straightforward for the most part, with a few surprises here and there.
You can't jump over this.
Then we have Little Bitch's hero time.
You hit like my grandma.
She's confirmed that Little Bitch's grandma is the fairy godmother. Thanks for watching another episode of Game Theory! Now we're in the potion storage room. For some reason, I thought we had to travel through this area to get to it, but instead that leads to a different room, where you have to have a battle with Prince Charming, but not before getting that potion, and by completing the small puzzle segment where you have to work together in order for Puss in Boots to nick it.
What the fuck? I was on it. Did you say I was on it?
No, I didn't.
The fairy godmother catches up to you finally.
You're all back together. Now I can turn you all into rancid rump roast.
She sounds a little too keen to eat what she calls a rancid rump roast. There's a little chase segment, and then the fairy godmother will freeze in time. What's going on there? By the time Prince Charming's fight rolled around, me and Holly were both pretty tired, so anything at all that really happened we found pretty funny.
Stop.
But after that, and with the most expertly crafted animation I've ever seen, a lever is pulled, sending a giant cauldron after our 3 heroes and the bitch, leading us into another chase segment. Apart from the emulator wanting us dead and buried at this point,
Just keep jumping.
we managed to make it out alive. Well, Donkey, anyway.
I'm all alone. Look how giant the gingerbread man is.
Yeah, why is he so big?
Why is he as big as a little red?
Jailbreak was planned. One that would most certainly test the fellowship of this thing.
The fellowship of this thing.
So you know that prison breakout scene in the Shrek 2 movie? Well, here's what happened on the way to Shrek and Donkey's cell. It's a pretty inventive idea for a level. Everyone's here. Gingy, Big Bad Wolf, 3 blind mice, 3 little pigs, a little bitch, she wasn't here in the movie, fairy, and her voice is just a cheese grated to the eardrums.
But they're blind.
And damn it, that's funny. Don't tell me it's not. That right there is some real comedy. No, we don't. Mostly due to the fact that they're all caged up like Christmas hams. Like, man, go vegan! This level is all about using mechanisms to help you out, whether that be buttons, which the fairy can't help with because she's fucking flying, pulling levers, which the fairy can't do because she's too light, or jumping on these alternating platforms, which the fairy still can't do. Why is she here exactly? Oh.
No, not that way.
Also, this level's camera isn't that great.
Oh, I need to get that. Oh, actually, I think you need to get... Oh, no, there's a spring. Okay. I got this.
Oh man.
Fucking jeez, I can't see what I'm doing.
You know what? We're in a depressing prison full of giant spiders and trolls. At least the fairy's having a good time. Also, this happened. I don't really have a segue to it, but here you go. Now, one thing you might have noticed by now is how everyone's using the same camera. There's no split screen here. Now, while most of the time this works fairly well when you're with friends, there are other times when the computer-controlled characters are kinda
Gingy, you little shit, get your ass over here.
Useless. They're fucking useless. They don't even do their 3-hit combo. They just do their first one over and over and over and over again. Where the fuck is Pinocchio? I just realized. Why the hell isn't Pinocchio here instead of the fairy? It would have been a way better choice. At least it was in the movie.
Shortbread!
I only just got that joke now.
Oh, here they are, just hanging around.
What the? That would have been funny in the movie, with Shrek and Donkey are actually hanging upside down. So the big bad wolf has got his hero time, and it's... well, it's something. The next level is the mines. Apparently between far, far away in the prison stands a mountain. Because there just is now. Forget the movie. What the hell does the movie know? This level kind of feels like the developers had some leftover assets from another game and cobbled something together, but it's memorable at least.
Our special charge will get us through.
Maybe for the wrong reasons. Also, I'm guessing at this point the developers were just kind of having to rush things.
Here, what about this? Can I not pull this?
I've already pulled it. Yeah, I've already pulled it.
Life would be easier if I was a
Was that me?
Yeah, it was.
The weirdness seemed to kind of culminate around this one lever though.
Oh yeah, boy, yeah, boy, look at me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
There are these really odd frog dudes all around. They all look pretty goofy now, but back when you were a kid, they're pretty friggin' freaky.
Oh, I just got hurt. Ow.
Gingy died.
Forget what I said about it just being the lever. This level's busted. You can play Shrek and Donkey together in this level, which is busted as well. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. All in all, this level's just pretty alright. Apart from the theme it's got going on, nothing really stands out level design-wise. Apart from the hero time, baby! Hell yeah, it's an on-rails racer! Let's get this show on the road! What the fuck? What happened there? Oh god, I think Shrek's been doing one too many lines. He looks a bit too into it. So the next level is...
What the fuck is that?
I remember that you have to blow out the fires with Big Bad Wolf's special attack, his Huff and Puff, so the first section here is simple enough.
Hey, hang on. In Shrek 1, their mother died.
Alright, well, I've got most of them. Where the heck are the last two? Oh, right, this makes more sense. Hey, look, a Dark Souls bonfire. So the next section involves protecting the giant Gingy. I think his name was like Mumbo or something. And after we've done that, we can jump down to the roof to access the next area.
Did we die? What?
Okay, so Wolf can fall off a roof just fine, but on this side it's suddenly a death pit? Oh, okay, we just have to wait for Mumbo to give us a lift down. Shit, guys, I think these people worked on the real Shrek 2 movie. So after herding Mr. Mongo to the castle gate, it's hero time. We utilize another one of those water cannon thingies to shoot down hot air balloons trying to destroy our crispy crusader. As a kid, this was incredibly stressful, what with the counter going down and the first-person controls. Oh my. I can remember playing Halo on Xbox when I was 6 and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Where the hell's my character? So the final fight is underway. Let's hear what crazy things take place beforehand.
Things were about to get ugly.
I'm
If
bored.
Shrek and Fiona
Hey! It's basically an enemy rush, starting off with a barrage of fat knights, a circle of potion dudes, a duo of trolls, then Fairy Godmother will allow you to do like 1/20th of her health, and then it's on to Prince Charming and his orgy of trolls until you finally manage to murder the old hag. But trust me, what sounds simple might turn out not so simple after all.
Ah! Ah!
Ah, get away from me!
You're kicking me in
Who
the
was-
face and I can't move.
Who was hitting me? Somebody was hitting me.
It was you?
It wasn't me.
Fucked up.
He keeps...
You're ah! Stop! Damn I! Oh god! Ah! I can't.
Get her!
Ah! Here's this bullshit. For fuck's sake! How are you supposed to dodge that?
Well, you need to look at the screen.
I can't jump. I can't jump.
Man, she's really after you. Jesus Christ. She really wants Shrek dead. We're almost there. Come on. Just give us an easy one to dodge and then fall down. Come on. Oh no.
Just run. It's bullshit! I can't be doing that. Oh my god, I did it all again. Look at this. Fucking stupid, unkillable enemies with no health bar. Ah! Ah! What the fuck?
Did you see Puss?
Stop hitting me! What's hitting me?
I don't know. Oh god, how am I gonna do this by myself, Ollie? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. You get sunlocked, you can't do anything.
Really? No, it's pretty easy to dodge, isn't it?
Get out of the way, fucking Puss. No, god, help! I need to play as Puss. No, Puss is dead!
Well,
Why is it the-
Shrek and Fiona got their happily ever after.
Where's the music from Jack and Jill's
Now put
Farm?
down the controller and go outside to play.
Fuck off!
Really, it's over.
I didn't want to play this. Okay?
What an ending.
awful.
Not to mention, whenever Fiona died, the emulator would just have a fit and all the effects would disappear from the screen.
When Fiona died, the whole world died. And Fiona died as well. Look, she's not even on the screen anymore. I got this. Hang on. Why there's TNT at this royal
My
thing?
fingernail polishes the color out.
What? Help!
What? And that's Shrek 2, I guess. I mean, the game ends with a somewhat half-hearted cutscene where Puss and Donkey find out they have homosexual feelings towards one another, and the magic mirror tells you to fuck off. And after going through this game, like, once more after so many years, I was really surprised by how much I'd forgotten. Good and bad. It does have its merits. I mean, I think it's creative, it's somewhat funny, and it goes above and beyond what most other movie tie-in games excrete from their many seeping orifices. But is it great? No, not really. The controls are pretty clumsy sometimes, and towards the end of the game you really start to realize the nightmare-induced horrors that the models really are. What do you think, Shrek, for the PS2? Not that great?
Maybe that was a little harsh.
Well, I personally enjoyed my time with your game. I mean, it might just be a bit more leaning towards my nostalgia than anything else.
You can't be serious.
Kinda. I mean, like, most people nowadays would just call the game outright bad. I mean, what with gaming technology nowadays and all. I mean, just saying. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I still think you're worth a shot. Just saying.
I think I get your point.
Don't take that tone with me, man. I'm just telling it how it is.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Fine. You asked for it. I mean, just like before, you go and right in those pants. The only way I'd recommend this game is if you've got a couple of friends who want to play it, although you've got to find those friends who actually want to play this game in the first place.
Huh, you're very soft.